कैसे हैं आप? आई होप आप ठीक होंगे। फ्रेंड, तो मैंने आपको कल मिलाया था ना एक बच्चे से जो असिस्टेंट कमांडेंट में सिलेक्शन हुआ जिस बच्चे का। तो फ्रेंड, मैं आज उसका इंटरव्यू भी दिखाना चाहती हूँ। इंटरव्यू इसलिए दिखाना चाहती हूँ फ्रेंड, क्योंकि जो बच्चे इसमें इंटरेस्टेड रखते हैं वो उनको मोटिवेशन के लिए, तो प्लीज़ आप इसको फॉलो करो, इसको देखो इंटरव्यू किस तरीके से इंटरव्यू लिया जा रहा है, तो इससे आपको काफ़ी नॉलेज मिलेगा। तो फिर
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Have a seat, Suraj.
Thank you so much, sir.
Tell us something about yourself.
So, my name is Suraj Rawat. I am from Haldwani, Uttarakhand. I did my graduation in Hospitality and Hotel Administration from IHM Gwalior, which stands for Indian Institute of Hotel Management. After that, I worked for a brief period of 3 months for Pullman Novotel Aerocity in 2021. Post that, and including about my hobbies, I like doing exercise and cooking. And my recent interest is playing guitar.
Many of the hotel management graduates suggest that they face stagnation in their career.
Yes.
What is actually the size of hotel industry today in India, and how it is growing?
So at present, the hotel industry is contributing around 40 billion in the Indian economy. And post COVID-19, there were several setbacks it saw, but in the recent past, as per the Ministry of Tourism, it is growing by a pace of 140% due to its recent G20 summit and recent advancement that government has made by Swadesh Darshan and other projects.
Okay. So which are the leading companies in hotel industry?
So there are various companies in India. There are Taj Hotels and Oberoi Hotels, and there are various other international properties that are working, likewise Accor Group and the Hyatt Properties.
Okay. And what are the problems they are facing?
Suppose COVID-19, there were few events like they faced like there was less influx of people because majorly hotels are located near the airport, so there were less influx of people. Secondly, there is a increase in the competition in the native they are facing. So this much I am.
And why the salary structure of hotel manager is so low? They are paid very low, I think, in the range of 20 to 30,000 rupees per month.
Yes, sir.
That's not decent enough. Why it is so low?
So initially it is low, but once the structure goes up, or once the person reaches certain hierarchy, then it pays you well.
Okay. So why you have left this sector?
So actually, in 2021, as I mentioned that I joined Pullman Novotel Aerocity. Due to COVID-19 second wave, I was expelled out of the company, just like
happened in most of the people.
So after that, I reevaluated my career goals, which align with the service sector, and which gives me dynamic opportunity. So I work for forces.
Okay, thank you, Suresh.
Suraj, you come from Uttarakhand.
Yes,
right. In Uttarakhand, in recent times, there have been many cases of forest fires.
Yes.
So, what are the major cause behind these forest fires?
So there are few causes I am able to recollect. Firstly, there are pine trees which have high combustion. They are highly combustible. Secondly, there are man-made fires as well. Thirdly, due to rising heat wave, there are incidents that fire catch up.
Okay. What happened to traditional methods of controlling these forest fires? For example, there is something called fire lines.
Yes,
what are these?
So fire line refers to creating a barrier in the forest by clearing the forest so that there is no enough fuel for fire to spread.
Okay. What do you understand by the term carrying capacity in the context of tourism, especially for Uttarakhand?
So carrying
capacity.
Sir, I'm not sure about it, but if you allow me, I can make a guess.
Sure.
So carrying capacity refers to the amount of population it can carry for the sake of tourism.
Right, something similar. Now Uttarakhand government has also come up with a uniform civil code.
Yes, sir.
And there are people who are supporting it, there are people who are opposing it also. What is your view? Is this a good development?
So it is significantly one of the good developments Uttarakhand government has done, but there are few avenues that need to be relooked. Firstly, it need to be made available, need to be looked for the same-sex marriages, and there should be avenues available for inclusion of tribal population which are kept out of Uniform Civil Code as per the current norm.
Okay.
And
So the tribal population which has been kept out,
yes.
is it a good step, or like they should also be included under it?
Sir, as government has stated that they are talking with the tribal stakeholders that it should be
Because
applicable.
tribal people generally they don't want to be brought under the UCC, no?
Yes, sir. Sir, in Uttarakhand, there are tribal people who are generally in the mainstream. So there is no such restriction, but they want Uttarakhand government want to make it available, want a gradual shift.
Okay. What do you understand by the term law and order and public order? Are these terms synonymous, or there's a difference?
So law and order,
Or which is the bigger term? Public order comes under law and order, or law and order comes under public order?
sorry sir, I am not able to reply.
Okay. And final question to you, Suraj. Let's suppose you are heading a CRPF unit,
Yes.
okay, in a Naxal affected district,
Yes.
and you are undertaking operations on day-to-day basis against the Naxals, right? And you need every man on duty for that. Now, one of your subordinate comes to you and tells you that there's a family emergency and I have to go, right? There's no one in the family and I must go. Now you realize that his presence is needed for these successful operations that you are undertaking, and you also realize that if I allow him, then maybe a few other people might also come up with similar requests. Okay, so what will you do in such a situation?
So firstly, I'll talk to the person. Firstly, understand what sort of family emergency he's having. If it is too crucial at that moment, then I'll think of it. If it is not, then I'll ask him to continue to work. Then go for that.
Okay, thank you.
Suraj,
Yes, sir.
do you use social media platforms?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as a member of the youthful population of our country, what are the challenges that you come across on a day-to-day basis while using these platforms?
So firstly, as I use social media, then there are avenues of reel culture. So there are few small reels that eventually make us engage onto them. Firstly, I believe this is one of the issues. Secondly, there are a few fake news that are spreading from social media.
Okay, fair. How do you suggest we can make these social media platforms more accountable? For example, you mentioned the cases of fake news. There is clearly lack of accountability on the part of the participants. How can we make this entire framework foolproof?
So there should be proper education about this need to be given to the people, that they should be very well aware about the situation, and if in case they encounter such fake news, they need to check it through government sources like PIB fact check.
Fact check is there.
And so this time I'm
Okay.
going to
Suraj, some people believe that the government should actively control or regulate the social media platforms to that extent that the government should prescribe the time limit to which these platforms can be used. What is your opinion? To what extent the government should act as a facilitator, or it should act as a controller of this ecosystem?
So government should act as a facilitator, because government could issue certain guidelines that up to how much limit a person should use it, and what is feasible for them in a long run, and what is good for them. It should be the first.
Okay. Recently, the government also constituted a very distinct category of awards called as the Social Media National Creator Awards.
Yes.
So, why do you think the government is actively promoting the social media platforms?
So nowadays people are, since this is the age of digital times, so people are engaging in social media. So to make social media more engaging and make people more aware about it, and so that people from the rural facet also come in front and be a part of social media, which will give them gainful employment, because it is also a source of employment. So secondly, it will give government, it will give the YouTubers or the social media creators a boost and in their enthusiasm to work toward it.
Okay, Suraj, you come from the state of Uttarakhand.
Yes.
Where is the High Court located?
Say Nainital.
Okay, and the state capital is Dehradun.
Yes.
Can you give me a few more examples of states where the High Court is not located in the state capital?
So UP.
UP. Okay, fine. Where is the original seat of the Supreme Court located?
So Delhi.
New Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The Constitution also provides that the Supreme Court can sit at such other places as the Chief Justice of India in consultation with the President decides. So in this context, do you think we should create regional benches of the Supreme Court? Maybe, for example, one regional bench each for North, South, East and West.
So since there are burden of cases, for easing that, we could think of this process.
Okay, so any challenge that you feel will come up while we try to implement this policy?
Say it will create challenges with the regional state high courts, that it might impact that. It might. Sorry, sir, I'm not able to.
Okay, fine.
Suraj,
Yes, sir.
this year government has announced Bharat Ratna for how many persons?
So 5 persons.
And who are these persons?
So Lal Krishna Advani, Karpuri Thakur, Narasimha Rao, PV Narasimha Rao, and MS Swaminathan.
Anybody from Uttar Pradesh?
So sir, I'm not able to recall.
Chaudhary Charan Singh?
Chaudhary.
Okay. Nice, Suraj, nice talking to you. Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you so much.
आई होप यू फ्रेंड आपको इस वीडियोस के माध्यम से आपको काफ़ी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला होगा। ऐसे ही इंफॉर्मेटिव वीडियोस के लिए आप हमारे चैनल से जुड़े रहें, लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए। तो ऐसे नए नए वीडियोस हम लाते रहेंगे ताकि आप लोगों को पसंद आए। तो यहीं के लिए आज के वीडियो, बाय।